Today's webinar should run for about 20 minutes, and it is quite a complex topic, so don't worry if you don't understand. We can always talk to you later on and give you some help. But we're going to look at importing photo files to your computer, file organization, understanding your photo files, and importing photos into your project. So let's get started. There are several ways, firstly, to import your photo files to your computer. And it generally depends on how you've taken the photos, whether they're on a phone or camera, as how you import them. Regardless of your device, the first step is to plug your device into your computer. This is the most common way to get photos off your device and onto your computer. Let's start with importing photos from your phone. In most cases, you should have a USB connection cable that you can plug into your phone and your computer. I'll demonstrate this a bit later. Hopefully it will work. For iPhone users, use your phone charging cable. You can plug that into your computer, and once it's plugged in, your computer will recognize your phone and you can proceed to import your photos. For Mac users, you simply open the Photos application on your computer. The program should automatically open up the photos on your phone. Otherwise, you can select your device from the left-hand panel. Then all you have to do is select the photos you wish to import by clicking on each photo. Or you can click and drag to select multiple photos. Then click the Import button in the top right-hand corner. It's important to note that all your photos will be stored natively inside the Photos app on a Mac computer. If you're ready to add them to your AlbumWorks project or just want the raw files, you'll have to export them out of the Photos app and put them somewhere on your computer, such as your desktop. To do this, highlight and select the photos you want. Then you have two options: select File, then Export, or just drag and drop them into a folder of your choice. For Windows users, it's a similar process. You open the Photos program on your computer and select all the photos you wish to import. The Import button is in the top right-hand corner also. And again, I'll try and demonstrate this shortly. The good news for Android users, you can use the exact same process on Windows computers. Just plug your device into your computer, whether it's a Samsung phone or digital camera, and open the Photos program to import your photos. Also, Windows would generally recognize your device as a separate drive, so you don't have to use the Photos program. You can just go to File Explorer and you'll find your device there to copy your photos to your computer. While connecting your device to your computer is the most common way of importing your photos, there are a number of other methods. These include Bluetooth transferring, which involves importing your files wirelessly via Bluetooth, or downloading from online storage such as iCloud, Dropbox, or other online storage solutions. You'd need to have online syncing set up for these methods, so we won't go into details right now for these methods, but you can always do a quick Google search. There's a lot of helpful online guides. Now that we've covered how to import your photos, let's have a look at good file organization tips. Naming your files might be the single greatest piece of information we can give you. So after importing your files, your file names will be whatever your device has assigned them. You can name the files whatever you want. In this example here, we've used the format of location, year, and number. So if you've recently taken a trip to Sydney, you can name your file Sydney and then the year 2020 and then 01 for the first file and then 02, etc. This way, you won't need to click on each file to see what the photo is. You can just read the description of the file name. If naming every individual file seems like a daunting task, the next best solution is to create a folder system. And this is what I do because we take thousands of photos. So grouping your files into clearly labeled folders will help you find your photos faster in the future. A common format is the year, month, day method. So start by creating a new folder and naming it by the year, for example, 2020. Then inside that folder, you can create a folder for each month And inside your month folders, you can create another folder for each day or each event. Um, so in this example, I've placed all of my Sydney photos inside the November folder. All right, I'm going to demonstrate now how to take files off your phone and how to create and label folders on your computer. So this will be a bit of a test. I'm going to plug in it's an iPhone, and I've just plugged it in to my computer, and it's come up saying, well, firstly, I need to turn my phone on, otherwise it won't recognize it, and I have to tell my phone that I want to allow my computer to look at it. So I'm going to click try again because I've now told my phone it's safe. All right, so it's now taken me, this is the Photos app here on my screen, and these are all the files. So the files from my phone. So for now, I just want to I'll import a few of the dog. We've got millions of photos of our dog, Max, and we'll just grab a few of those. And I'll just take a couple. So these are all the photos on my phone, a couple of autumn leaf photos. And I'm going to say here now, import 12 of 134 items. So it's importing those. And it tells me 12 items have been successfully imported, and it's saved them in my pictures folder. So I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to close this Photos app, and I'm just going to have to get out of my my slideshow, and I'm just going to open, this is my File Explorer here, just to show you. Now, first thing I was going to show you is I mentioned that you can bring your photos from your phone using that Photos app, which I just did. The other way is to go to this PC, and on this PC, it shows me any devices and drivers, and it shows me my Apple iPhone. So I could have gone into here. It's a bit of a more tedious process, but I keep clicking on these folders, and these are all my photo folders, and I know the latest, they're all in the last one. These are all the photos. So I could just copy and paste them from here into whatever folder I want them to go in, or pictures. So let's go back to pictures. And here are the photos that I just copied from my phone, this bunch here. What I want to do is sort them into folders. So I'll show you, before I mentioned that you can create folders. So I'm going to start a new folder, and the easiest way to do that is right click and say new, and then folder. This is on Windows. It's pretty similar on a Mac too. And I'm going to call it 2021. So that's my first thing. Then I can open that folder, and I'm going to create another folder inside there, new folder, and we'll call it 01 January. Now, the only reason I put the 01 there is because if I just do it by month, then they're going to show me the folders in order of the letter of the alphabet they start with. So J for January is going to come after, A for April, and I want it to come before. So when I make folders, I name them by the month, so that I go 01 and then say 04 for April, etc. That way they're in the order I want them. So within my April folder, if I open that, I'm going to create more folders. I'm going to create one called Max the dog, and I'm going to create another one. So just right click, new folder, and I'm going to call it autumn leaves. And then what I can do is what you can do here is under pictures, I can click on that arrow and it shows me all my folders. Now the one, actually, hang on, I can open that and it shows me April, so I can see them here. Now I'm going to click on pictures again, and here are the ones with the autumn leaves. To select all the ones I want, I hold down the Shift key and select these three, and I can just drag them into autumn leaves. And then all the ones of Max, I can just highlight them all and drag them into Max. And so now they're all in those folders. They're all in my 2021 folders. I know I'm doing this a bit fast, but again, feel free to call us for help if you need to. It is a little bit complicated, but Always happy to help. All right, let's go back to our slideshow, and I'll show you a couple of other things later on. Okay, the next tip for your photo files is don't be afraid of the delete button. If you're like me or my husband and you take thousands of photos when you're on holidays, then you might want to consider deleting some of the bad photos. Obviously, we only want to delete the worst of the worst photos, but you yourself will be the best judge. When it comes time to creating your photo book, you'll be glad that you're not trawling through all of the less than average photos. Alternatively, you might want to hold on to them all, and instead you can use a rating or tagging system to identify your best photos. Different operating systems and programs each have their own way of doing this. For example, on a Mac computer, you can right-click on your image file and select a colored tag from the drop-down menu, as you can see on this slide. This will tag it with your chosen color. So I've chosen red for this one. And all I have to do is right click on the folder and select sort by tag, and it will show me all the red tagged photos at the top of the list. The AlbumWorks editor that you use to make your book also has a similar feature. Once you have imported your photos to your project, you can give each photo a rating out of 5 stars. And the easiest way to use this system is give all of your favorite photos, or the photos that you want to use, a 5-star rating. Once you've assigned them with this 5-star rating, you can filter so that you can just see the 5-star photos. Again, I'll show you this in a minute in the editor. Before I do, just quickly, let's try to understand our photo files a bit better. There are specific file types that are accepted by the AlbumWorks editor. When talking about file types, we're referring to the 3-letter extension at the end of your file name. So JPG, or JPEG, this is the most common type of photo file. Most cameras and phone cameras will use this format. PNG, this is commonly used for artwork and internet files, as it does not compress the image quality. And then TIFF. This file is commonly associated with scanned photos and scanned documents. Excuse me. I generally recommend using JPEG files over TIFF because the TIFF sizes are normally really large and that could cause you other problems. Our editor cannot accept PDF, HEIC, or GIF files. If you have HEIC images files, which are now commonly associated with iPhones, you'll need to convert them to JPEG. And we do have, on our YouTube page, we've got a tutorial on how to do this. It's pretty easy to do. Lastly, let's have a look at how to import your photos into the AlbumWorks editor. There are several ways to do this. You can add all your photos or folders after you've selected your photo book product in the wizard while you're setting it up. Or you can add via the picture list panel once you've already started your project, or you can drag and drop a folder or photo from the File Explorer or Finder directly onto your page or into the picture list. Let me show you how to do these things now. So I have this is the AlbumWorks editor, and we're going to start a new project. I'm just going to choose a classic photo book, build your own theme, and we'll just choose an 11 by 8.5 inch photo cover. So this is where it says, please choose your photos. This is the wizard while you're getting started. So you can do it here if you want. You click on this plus sign where it says add pictures. You can choose where your pictures are from your computer. You can either add a folder or individual pictures. So I'll just show you, I'll just add from 2021. Let's go to April, let's go to Max. Let's just add a couple of photos here and we'll click select, and there they are, and I'll click next. You don't have to add them at this point. If you want, you can add them later on. Let's call the project webinar 37 and we'll click create. So it's going to open up my project for me. And I'll show you the other ways that you can add photos. as soon as it opens. I'll also show you how you can rate your photos in here. It's just taking a minute here. All right, so here's my cover, and we won't upgrade for now, and I can see the 2 photos I've already added. So if I want to add more, I can click on the plus sign, computer, add individual. I'll say add folder containing pictures, and it shows me my directory. So they are in pictures, 2021, April. We've got autumn leaves. Let's add this one. So I'm adding the whole folder, and here are the autumn leaf photos. Now, if I decide I want to rate these photos so that I can say, I might decide, oh, I don't like this photo, I'm not going to use it, but I love this photo, I really want to use it. So I can right click on it and I can click my rating and I can give it 5 stars. So if I do that for any photos that I want, say this one as well, I right click on it, if it lets me, yeah, and we'll go my rating and 5 stars. Then you can click on this cog up the top and you can say categorize into my, where is it? Oh, okay. Maybe you can't do it here. I think you can sort them. Actually, sort by rating. There we go. So I think it's done it back to front though, which is not exactly what we want. Let's say show my rating. Okay, it's put them at the bottom. Okay, so it's not ideal necessarily, but that way at least you can see which ones are 5-star. Now there's one more way that you can add photos to your project, and that's to just drag and drop them directly from File Explorer. So I've got File Explorer here. I'm just going to make it smaller so I can see my AlbumWorks project behind. I can go to the folder I want, and if I want, I can simply I can either drag photos directly into the picture list down here. Let's put it in order. Or I can drag them straight into the book. So say I want to use, I don't know, this photo on my front cover. I can drag it straight onto my front cover and it should hopefully populate, which it's not. Yes, it is. There it is. So you can put it, so I usually I have my folders open here and then I can just put my photos directly onto the page. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. If you do have any questions, now's a really good time to send them through while I do a quick recap just of what we've talked about. So we've talked about going back to basics, importing your photos and sorting them. So it's good to add files or folders after selecting your product in the setup wizard. Oh, that's not what I was meant to be talking about, sorry. So rename your photo files to easily locate them in the future. Create your own folder system and put your photos in where it's going to suit you. Get rid of any photos that you don't want, just to get rid of the overcrowding. And if you want, use a tagging or rating system so that you can find your favorite photos. All right, let's have a look to see if we have any questions. So far not. Please feel free to ask any questions. I know, as I said at the beginning, there is a lot to know on this topic. If you do get stuck, feel free to call us anytime. Okay, we have, so Heather's just commented that she's doing most of her things, but the rating is new for her, which is, look, what rating suits some people doesn't suit everyone. I personally don't use it, but you might find it helpful. But it is a good thing. Okay, Linda has asked about downloading from Dropbox. Yes, that's a whole new area. So if you have files in Dropbox, Dropbox is an online file sharing program. You can go into your Dropbox account and you can click on the files that you want to download, and there's a button literally that says download, and it'll pop them onto your computer. Linda, feel free to give us a call and we can talk you through how to do that if you're not sure. It's fairly simple, but that's a whole, I don't want to overcomplicate things for you guys. All right, any more questions? That doesn't look like it for now. So just before we finish off, I just wanted to remind you that you can call our customer service team. If you do have any questions, we're always happy to help. We're here Monday to Friday, Melbourne time from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and our phone number is 1300 553 448. You can also reach us by email, service@albumworks.com.au, or you can talk to us via live chat from our website.